Johnson County Fiscal Court order at this time. First item on the agenda is the pledge of allegiance. Commissioner Daniel, you want to lead us in the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item, I guess, is the approval of the minutes of the June 13th meeting. You have those minutes before you. Are there any suggested changes, corrections, or amendments to the minutes as presented? Have a motion to approve the minutes as presented by Commissioner Daniel. Second by Commissioner Adams. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, likewise. Motion carries. Next item is the approval of monthly bills. You've got those bills in your packet. And I think you looked at a couple of extra ones that we had that came in after the agenda was approved. Do you have any questions or comments on the bills as presented? Added, is there anything specific?
No, they're about as usual, Judge.
Make a motion to accept the monthly bill as presented.
A motion from Commissioner Adams to approve the bills for payment as presented. Is that a second? Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the transfer from fiscal court, the monthly transfer from the regular general fund to the jail fund. $40,000. You have those for that transfer before you. Deferral amounts each month.
Make a motion to do the transfer from the general fund to the jail fund.
Have a motion by Commissioner Adams to authorize the transfer from the fiscal court from the general fund to the jail fund. Second by Commissioner Gamble. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is amendments to the sheriff's budget. We have fees, an increase in fees on budgeted receipts for the sheriff's office in the amount of $28,785.44. Those dollars were from CLEF, which is the federal funding source that they have for use throughout the year, of $7,135. $21,275 was for the sale of surplus equipment, a bulldozer, and one for $374.99 for returning a fugitive. They are proposing that the monies, the unbudgeted receipts, $7,135 goes into deputy salaries. $21,275 goes in for police equipment, and $375.99 goes to travel expense. And the $21,000, Regina, that is my understanding, that's going to be a partial payment on the vehicle, the new vehicle at the sheriff's office, And there's a grant for, is that USDA grant?
Yes,
Okay, so it's for the remainder?
yes.
Okay. Any questions about the amendment to the sheriff's budget?
Motion to accept.
Have a motion to approve the sheriff's amendment to his budget. Second by Commissioner Daniel. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, like sign? Motion carries. Next item is the 2015 tax settlement statement from the sheriff. You have the tax information from November 1, 2015 through April 15, 2016. It shows on the page 2, there were tax bills and charges in the amount of $697 or $95,369.89. Penalties and interest and franchise taxes of additional $314,626 for total charges of $1,009,996.63. And it shows credits. It's got discounts of $11,000, refunds of $159, exonerations for real estate of $34.54, I guess, uncollected taxes, for a total credits of $88,245. Charges over credits are $921,751, and amount paid, Johnson County Treasurer, $921,000, and that's $1.57 overpayment due back to the sheriff's office. Johnson County School District, you will notice their total charges and tax bills are $2,574,262. Franchise taxes and tangible special levy, $1,464,693, for total charges of $4,038,955.81. It shows all the credits there in the amount of $199,000. Charges over credits, $3,839,165. They paid $3,839,170. There's a $4.13 due overpayment due from the school district back to the sheriff's office, and his commission earned for 4% of collected taxes is $153,000. Commissions paid by the Johnson County School District was $153,000 due from the district to the sheriff's office of $96.10. The library, Johnson County Library, had total charges of $700,000, penalties and interest and add-ons of $392,000. I guess franchise taxes, there's a total $397,209. The total charges of $1,097,245. Charges total $93,929. Charges over credits leaves $1,003,316. Less amount paid to the library of $1,003,395. due from the library to the sheriff at $77. Health Department, charges and tax bills, $474,720. Add-on penalties, interest, real estate, and franchise fees, $178,803. Credits of $58,824 gives you charges over credits of $594,700. Amount paid to the Health Department is $594,644. The Health Department owes $55.59. Extension Service, valuation and taxable amounts of $254,776. Add-ons, penalties and interest, franchise taxes of $120,000. Total charges of $375,000. Credits, total of $32,617. Charges over credits $342,532. Less already paid, extension service $342,535. Due from the extension services $3.47. The fire, Johnson County Fire Protection is a minimal amount. Total charges $2,462. Total credits $248. Charges over credits $2,213. Paid $2,213. That zeroes out. Soil Conservation District is a relatively small number. We have total real estate charges of $49,457. Add-ons, penalties, interest, and so forth of $9,586. Total charges $59,044.16. Total credits of $5,624. Total charges over credit $53,004. Paid to Johnson County Soil Conservation $53,415. Due Johnson County Soil Conservation District $303.65. The next pay, I guess, is the county fire districts. I'm not going to go through each one of those. There's 12 pages of those, 11, I guess. You can read those left to right. You can see Black Gap, Fire and Rescue, Oil Springs, Redbush River, Rock House, the Alpha, Thelma, Van Leer, Edgar Castle, West Vander, Weedsport, and it has the total paid each one of them and the amount of money left over. If you have any questions about those fire districts, please contact me. I'll be more than happy to go through those individually with you. Oil and gas tax settlement also has taxing districts, distribution, NM, Johnson County Treasurer, County School District, Library, Health Department, Extension Service, Conservation Service. Have the total charges for all of those of about $52,244. You have some credits and then amounts due, or those amounts have all been paid and they're zero. Amounts owed to the districts. Any questions about the tax settlement statement from the sheriff? If not, I need a motion to accept those statements. Motion to approve the tax statements. And a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item is Johnson County Black Gap Acquisition Project. This is a program that is associated with the flash flooding we had last year at Black Gap. There's a multitude of documents that are involved in trying to process this application and proposal.
there's 5 documents.
Pardon?
There's 5 documents, but they may be more pages than that.
There's 14 pages of that one on, 15, 16. There's probably excess of 20 pages. That's enclosed, I guess, included in your application, and then these documents here all need to be signed, including a resolution.
And a letter, there's a letter in there
A
too.
letter and a resolution in order to continue to let you go ahead and process this information. So,
Judge, I think you can do a motion for everything and then do the resolution, that it's an applicant agent resolution, you'll have to probably do it separate.
say that again?
I think you'll have to do that applicant agent resolution, that's just for this application, you'll have to do it separate. You do the rest of that in the motion.
Okay, so the other one is that the one naming me, the applicant's agent?
Just for this project, it doesn't change anything about your regular, everyday FEMA activities, just for this project.
Okay. Trust me to do this?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, or Eddie, what do you think about that? They don't give me anything important at the office, are they?
You just, somebody had turned that in.
Okay, I need a motion to cover all of these other documents, and I need to sign, and then we'll say that in a kind of cast a net out there, that any and all documents, with the exception of the applicant's agent resolution, which we got to do on our own, that any and all documents associated with processing the like acquisition project. Need a motion to that effect. Motion by Kathy Adams. Second by Darren. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Now I need a motion to name me as applicant's agent in order to sign all these documents that's necessary, any and all documents necessary to process the acquisition project. Motion by Commissioner Daniel. And second by Commissioner Campbell. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
And I'd like to get those after court.
Okay, don't let me run off with it.
Okay.
Of course, I guess they need to know, this is guaranteed that the project's going to go through, right? You still have to be approved by the powers that be?
Yeah, this is just part, still processing everything like.
It's
Yeah.
just, this is for us to submit the full application to the hazard mitigation program at the state level. And then they'll review it and they'll send it to the federal folks at Region 4. So that'll probably be a long wait, maybe 6 to 9 months.
Okay, next item is health department tax rates. You have before you a resolution of the Johnson County Board of Health establishing their tax rates for this year at 6 cents per $100 assessed VAT evaluation of all personal property. They increased, I think, their rates last year from 4 cents to 6 cents, as I recall, and they're continuing at 6 cents per $100 this year. What's our tax rate, Eddie?
8.80.
8.8? Need a motion to accept the, and you have no authority to change anything. This is just accepting the rates established by the Board of Health. Motion by Commissioner Adams. Second by Commissioner Gamble. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And next item is Gary, you've got your report and for us, is there anything?
Judge, the only thing I wanted to mention, really, we almost talked about the Black Gap project. Last Wednesday on the third bench, a year ago, and I know all of us, thought a lot about it last Wednesday, where we was at, what we was doing, those sort of things. But, it has been a year, and we know the Black Gap community was devastated, but there was other communities. Red Bush, Luncheon, at 201, 23, there was other areas of state. And of course, we just had so much support from all the local agencies, first responders, local churches, everybody just pitched right in, everybody was there. And of course, we got a lot of support from outside agencies. I know, let's work on the health mitigation project down there, but the work's still ongoing. Long-term recovery is still working. I think they've done a fantastic job. That's something you just don't move through real quickly. Got the caseworkers involved, but they've helped a lot too, and we're continuing to help. Mentioned that to the Corps, and, all the Johnson County really pulled together, and made a difference out there. Hopefully we'll get through it.
Gary, I got a call last week from Hazard TV, and they wanted to come over to a follow-up, and they wanted to interview me that afternoon, and we were talking, and that's what you mentioned almost was verbatim as to what I told him. It's hard to imagine that we would ever have a flood of that magnitude. Nobody, you can't predict that. I mean, they said one 500-year event, somebody from the Weather Service, and then I heard the Weather Service had said that West Virginia flood a couple of weeks ago was one 300-year event. And I don't really know how, I don't think anybody can prepare for something of that magnitude. You just can't do it. You can't envision that. But to see the community come together, to see all the first responders out there doing what they do every day, without any handout or asking for credit or support or anything like that. They just do their job. And then to see people from across this nation come in here rolling here with trucks with food and water and clothing, pretty much everything. I almost shut down Johnson Center, didn't it? Out there with their distribution center, just got overwhelmed by numbers there. But just thank God that there's that kind of people out here in this world that want to do some good. They just want to help their fellow man. And when you see that, it brings a warm feeling to your heart to think that there are people out there who really care. And to have people locally put their own lives at risk, because when that water first started and all of our fire departments and rescue people were out there, and you had boats out there from other counties, that was a dangerous situation. And we had the fatalities we had, in spite of everybody doing everything they could do, because some of those homes just absolutely got washed away, and no time to respond to that. But I want to echo what you said, and just thank everybody that was associated in any shape, form, or fashion. Thank them for thinking about their fellow man and trying to come out and help when they could. And having said that, I'd like to also mention, while we're talking about people helping and doing things and not getting much credit in a lot of cases, all across this nation, it seems like anymore, we keep seeing more public outpouring of sympathies and support for the things that's going on with other first responders. And the police departments of this country are under attack, in my opinion. I don't know what the answer is, but this is absolutely unbelievable in a country like the United States. And to think that people are lying in wait and lying in ambush to murder policemen simply because they got a badge on. I think about Steve over here and the job that he does every day. That he, you know, people don't see him doing his job because they don't follow him around. I see him everywhere, and he's wearing that badge. And just the fact that here in Johnson County, the fact he's got that badge on, makes him a target. I mean, they're no less than here in Johnson County than they at risk than they are any place else in the country. Except, I guess, in larger metropolitan areas, you've got more people of that ilk, if you will, that might want to do harm. But we need to step up and support our first responders. We need to thank them for their service, and we certainly need to do whatever we can do if we ever see situations that look suspicious or whatever. We need to make our voices heard. And I know that it's got to start, you know, they say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And that's kind of the way it is here. Johnson County, we're small, and it might be one step, but each step adds up. So thank you for what you do. Thank the first responders for us, and thank all the policemen and law enforcement out there. We can't say enough to them.
Well, I appreciate your all support of emergency management, and I know all the first responders, all law enforcement. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Gary. Next item is a program that I want you guys to know. We've been doing this court has been doing this well ever since you've been in office. And we still are one of the few counties, I guess, that's doing well enough to try to continue to upgrade the infrastructure from our own budget. And we're doing the same thing here. We're trying to do a project of approximately $400,000 from our road department budget that you got to give complete credit to Sam Oxford, our road foreman, and his staff down there and all the employees that we've got down there. Sam is able to keep tightening his belt and looking for ways to save money, and every dollar adds up with him, and he's done a wonderful job managing that operation down there over the years. And we've got $400,000 here we're going to be able to spend on county roads, and that's going to be, as I said, we've got all of our, pretty much I think all of our FEMA repairs, our infrastructure repairs that were from the flooding. We've got all that done. We've done, I forget, my goodness, it must have been 40 or 50 embankment failures that broke this. The embankment fell off the road, the side of the road, and we had to go in and drill and put railroad steel, the T-rails that the train runs on, put that steel down to solid rock and go into the rock, I think about 3 feet. And then we put cribbing behind that and then fill that in to stabilize those embankments. And that's a long, hard process, and we're just now getting to the point where we can do some of the other stuff after we cleaned up from the FEMA program. Now we're trying to move ahead and try to do some stuff locally on our own budget to try to get as much of that done as we can. We've got Newby Daniels Road is scheduled for blacktop, and Swamp Branch Road, Rack Fork of Swamp Branch, Hall Branch Road, Moore Branch Road, Fitch Branch Road, Right Fork of Fitch Branch, Riceville, Old Barnage Creek Road, Buzzard Nest Spur, M. Saggers Road, and Pack Branch Road. So our pricing for blacktop has gone up this year. That means we're getting less bang for the buck every time our prices go up That means we're not able to do as much blacktopping as we could if the prices were down. But the price did come down a little bit this year. They went up originally when we first did the blacktop bid last year, but now they've fallen a little bit. But I think when I took office, I believe blacktop was $44 a ton. Now it's $85 a ton, and it's been over $100 a ton. So you'll see the fluctuation and how hard it is sometimes to manage when you've got limited resources, you've got a restricted amount of dollars that you can use, and those prices keep going higher and higher, then that means you can do less and less. But we're able to operate our county and still have some money in reserve that Sam can use on roads, and I applaud this court for being good stewards of the taxpayers' dollars, that because we have a very low tax rate here. We have not raised taxes since I've been in office. As a matter of fact, I think this court has cut taxes about 3 or 4 times since I've been here, and that's unheard of. But I want to thank the court personally, and I want to thank Sam and his crew for doing such a good job down there. And then we always have to thank our office staff, because Addie's the one who's got the sharp pencil. She's the one that keeps an eye on the budget and tells all of us, whoa, you need to slow down a little bit. But I want to thank all the staff. We're very fortunate to have them, and the people of Johnson County are fortunate to have this staff in this office. Having said that, I have no other business on the agenda. Is there anybody that has anything they'd like to say for the good of the county? If not, entertain a motion to adjourn. Have a motion, I need a second. And a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. We're adjourned.